Hi everyone, I'm going to be making a video tutorial on how to use a few different applications and websites that allow you to read ebooks or check them out from your local public libraries. So the first application that I'm going to go over using is called Libby. Libby is a free app that you can download and it gives you access to a lot of books. So it will give you access to all of your local public library's ebooks and audiobooks as long as you have a library card at that library. And if you don't have a library card at the library, Libby actually will help you set one up, which is really cool. So I'm going to go over that process. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the App Store if you're on iPhone. As you can see, there are 5 options at the bottom: Today, Games, Apps, Arcade, and Search. You're going to want to choose the Search option on the bottom right. And then at the top in the search bar, you're going to want to type in Libby and then click Search once you're done. So as you can see, the first application that came up is Libby by Overdrive. If you don't have it downloaded, where mine says open, yours will say get, and you're just going to click on get. Your iPhone may prompt you to put in your Apple ID password, and then it'll download the app. So because I already have it, I'm just going to click on open, and then it opens up Libby for me. So as soon as you download the app, as you can see, Libby is asking me, welcome, thousands of public libraries offer ebooks and audiobooks for free in Libby. Let me ask you a few questions to guide you to your library. So the first question they're asking me is if I have a library card, and I'm going to say no, not yet. So now it's saying most libraries let you sign up at your nearest branch. You can even get a card online. It only takes a minute or two. Let's go looking for library branches near you. So I'm going to click on Find Libraries Nearby. So here it'll give you 2 options. It wants your location to find a library that is local to where you live. So if you allow it to access your location, it'll be easier because it'll just automatically detect libraries that are in your area based off of your location. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can always choose the no, I'll search for a library option, and then type in the name of your local library. If you can't find a local library, or there isn't a branch that you see that's the one you want to sign up for a card with, you can click on I'll search for a library. So I'm going to search up one of my local libraries. Since I don't yet have a library card, I'm going to click on I would like a library card. Okay, so after it forwarded me to that new page where I signed up for my library card, I'm now going to enter in my library card information. So if you scroll back to the top, at the top right, you're going to see a black and white symbol, and I'm going to click on that. Now it says your libraries. I'm going to click on Add a Library Card. Now I'm going to click on Enter Library Account Details. I'm going to put in my information now. Okay, so now I've put in my library card information. I'm going to click on Next. So I've now signed in to Libby with my library card information, and I now have access to all of the ebooks and audiobooks that my library has to offer online. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see the different categories that you can choose from. So I'm going to choose fiction. So now that I've chosen fiction, I've been given a list of the available ebooks in the fiction genre that my library has to offer. So as you can see, here's the list. For this first, let's say we're interested in checking out this first book, Where the Crawdads Sing. As you can see on the there are 3 options right next to the book that say place hold, read sample, and tag. The place hold option is just letting me know that the book is actually not currently available to be checked out, and if I were interested in reading it, I would have to place it on hold. I can also choose the option below that, which says read sample. And if you click on that, it'll give you a few pages of the book to read and see if you're interested in it. So let's say I were interested in reading Where the Crawdads Sing, and I want to place this book on hold. So I'm going to choose the option place hold. And as you can see, it'll show me the book, my library card information, and then the amount of time that I'll probably be waiting to get the book. So it's telling me if you place hold on this title, it should be ready for you to borrow in about 4 weeks. So let's say I am interested in placing the book on hold. I'm just going to select place hold. And now it's as easy as that. I've put it on hold. I can also configure the Libby application so that Libby gives me notifications when the books that I've placed on hold become available. So as you can see, it's asking me a question. It says, notifications tell you when your hold is ready to borrow. Would you like to set up your notifications now? I would, because I want to know I want the application to tell me when my book becomes available. So I'm going to click on manage notifications, and then I'm going to click on allow. And that's it. So I'm just going to click on hide now because I've done that. So once I do that, it'll give me a few more options: suspend, hold, keep browsing, and go to shelf. So I want to keep browsing, so I'm going to go back there, and it'll take me right back to the fiction page that I originally saw. So now let's look for a book that I can actually check out. So 9 Perfect Strangers is available for me to borrow. So I'm going to click on the borrow option. I'm going to click on borrow. And there I am. If I want to read the book now, I'm just going to click on open book. I want to read the book on my phone, which I am on right now. So I'm going to choose the Libby choice. Okay, so this is the first thing that will come up for me as soon as I click on open book. So if I tap on the title, this top and bottom section will go away and I can read. So let's say I come to the fiction section and I'm looking for a particular book, but I cannot find it. So I am going to go to the little magnifying glass at the top right and click on that so I can search the title that I'm interested in borrowing. So I am interested in reading Beloved, which came right up. So I'm going to click on Beloved. Okay, so Beloved is currently not available for me to read, but I'm interested in it. So I'm going to click on place hold and then click on that. So now that you've checked out the books that you want from Libby and you're ready to read them, you're going to want to click on the shelf option on the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm going to click on shelf. And as you can see, 9 Perfect Strangers, the only book that I was able to borrow, is right there. So I'm going to click on that. Another cool thing that you can manage in shelf is that you can see how many days are left for you to read the book. So as you can see, my 9 Perfect Strangers says that it's due in 21 days. And it'll keep updating that as I get closer to the due date. So the second ebook application that I'm going to be going over is the Books application that is built into iPhone. In the Books application, as far as I know, you cannot check out books from libraries. You're only able to purchase books from Apple's bookstore. The Books account and the way that you pay and purchase the books is linked to your Apple ID. So whatever credit card number is on your Apple ID is what will be charged anytime you purchase a book in the Books application. So I'm going to go ahead and open the Books application. As you can see on the bottom, there are 5 options: Reading Now, Library, Bookstore, Audiobooks, and Search. So the Reading Now section will just tell you everything about your history of using this app. So if you click on the library section, it'll show you all of the books that you've read samples of or have purchased through the Books application. This by library, all it means is that this is where the books you have purchased will be available to you, and this is where you're gonna have to go in order to read them. So I purchased The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, and if I wanted to read it, I would just click on it. The bookstore section, which is the middle option, will give you the option to look through books that the Books app is recommending, that are popular, that a lot of people have been purchasing. The next section is audiobooks, and it gives you, again, recommendations for various audiobooks available through the Books app that you can purchase. So the search option allows you to search through the Books application's book selection and search for particular titles. So let's say I wanted to read The Children Act. What I'm going to do is click on the search bar at the top, and then I'm going to type in The Children Act. And then click on search. So it came up right there, The Children Act. If I wanted to purchase it, I would just click on the title. And then if I wanted to download and buy it, I would click on buy, and it'll give me the price right there. So it's $12.99. If I were to purchase that book, it would then become available in the library section toward the bottom left of the screen. So that is my video tutorial on using Libby and the Books application on iPhone. I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any further questions or any particular video requests, please feel free to reach out to me or Liana through the GTG email.